players are starting now asking for pregame, so we are ready to go. Tsunami starts off. Overgrown Tomb into Birds of Paradise. Classic opening from a green deck.
Yeah, that's a fine start, right?
Yeah, you get to ramp. And as we just mentioned, this is not a super fast pot, so you don't really need to hold up the interaction in the early turns. And Matthias is getting a Tropical Island and playing a Mana Vault. So let's see if Legit Vocals can follow up on his turn 1 Kodama from last tournament.
Exciting to see his turn 1.
Mana Crypt is definitely a good start.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Destiny Spinner, so his creatures are gonna be uncounterable from here on out.
Some really good protection, right?
Yeah.
Following up with a Lotus Petal.
Yeah. Cracking it for white and playing it Deafening Silence. So okay, we see the first stacks piece entering the game. So already I kind of assume this is gonna be a long game.
Yeah. But like at the same time he's making Tsunami's life a lot easier, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Don't have to be the only one
Exactly.
dealing with the stacks.
2 stacks decks in this pot, or sort of stacks decks, can really make life hard for blue decks.
Yeah, I mean, Thrasios and Tymna is also playing some stacks, as I see in the deck list.
And we see another elf here from Sektbu, Elvish Mystic, and he's passing his turn back to Tsunami. So pretty slow first round of the game.
Yeah, but that's probably like the pace of the game, right?
Oh yeah. I'm fully expecting this to be a slower paced game than what we saw in the first round you and I commentated, where we got, was it turn 2 or turn 3?
We made it to turn 3.
We made it to turn 3, yeah. That's right. So we see Tymna and passing the turn. We are back to Matthias. So this could be a turn 2 Tevesh, which is really strong. Normally in this creature heavy pot, it's not as impressive, but still it creates 2 blockers, so it's able to protect itself pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, play Tevesh here, right?
Oh
Get
yeah.
2 Thralls,
Exactly.
make them as blockers, plus Tevesh again, get another 2, hope to steal everybody's commanders.
That is such a strong, and if he survives on, like if you get him to 10, then ultimate minusing him so he dies, you get to bring him back, which is insanely strong.
Yeah, exactly.
And we see Tevesh as we predicted. And the Vocals already advocating for his fellow players to start attacking Tevesh because he knows the threat he poses. Yeah, so we see the 2 Thralls. Yeah. And passing the turn afterwards.
Yeah, that's the right thing to do, right?
Oh yeah, definitely here. Legit just proclaiming that he does not want Matthias to steal his Kodama.
Yeah, he's only caring about
Yeah.
Kodama, which is his center of the game plan, right?
Oh yeah. And Legit Vocals are swinging with Destiny Spinner at the Tevesh. So let's see if Matthias blocks.
He takes 2.
Yeah, you can do that because at this point you want to save at least 1 Thrall to be able to sacrifice it to draw 2 cards.
Sure. Yeah, I was wondering about how much he wanted to protect it.
Yeah, I think in this kind of game, you just want to keep the cards flowing into your hand and given, as we said, there's a lot of creatures in this pot, it's unrealistic that you can get him all the way up to the ultimate.
Yeah.
So you just want to keep that steady card flow. And next turn you can also cast Thrasius to even add another body to block for him, and he can slowly grind out the game that way. So yeah, Sekbu played a Bloom Tender and is looking like he is not attacking with his elf, so he's holding up the green mana. And we are back at Tsunami's turn. Yeah. So Tsunami's thinking over his place. I mean, I'd be hard pressed not just to cash in the Tymna trigger on vocals, on legit vocals here, given that you cannot really connect on Tevesh.
But at the same time, you want to pressure the Tevesh player, right? You can't just let him make thralls, sack the thralls.
While that is true, given that Tsunami is on Tymna Tana, his card draw engines are few, and he can easily fall behind if he doesn't take the draws he has available to him. But it is tough because Tevesh, as we said, can really run away with the game if people ignore him.
Yeah. So Joe, this is the last round before the cut. But the players are in doubt, right? They're
discussing whether or not Tsunami should attack, or obviously the other players are advocating that he should attack Tevesh.
Yeah.
But as we just talked about, there is that dilemma that given that Tsunami is not on blue, he's not drawing a lot of cards if he's not using his Tymna.
No, absolutely not. He isn't. Yeah, Joe, you're absolutely right. Deek's deck is kind of sweet.
So what is Deek's deck?
Deek's deck is a Krog Thrasius high tide deck.
Oh, that sounds pretty sweet.
Trying to storm off. There's a possibility storm in there and Candelabra. It's a really fun deck to play.
I can imagine anything with Krog. I like the idea of him, but I can imagine that it being very frustrating to lose your coin flips.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm just unlucky like that.
So we saw what I would mean was the right thing to do. Tymna swinging into Tevesh. But yeah.
I think it's really a really tough decision because Matthias can still play Thrasius, as we spoke about, and keep protection up for his Tevesh while sacking his last thrall. So you don't really get access to easy blocks because right now Thrasius is blocking every creature on the table efficiently. So yeah. I think I would have gone for the extra draw.
Yeah, Joe. Possibility Storm and Krog is insane. You're right. Casting the free counter spells like Pact of Negation is kind of funny.
So let's see here, post-combat main phase. So we see Tana. Okay, so we are just in the creature grind game here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a deafening silence.
Oh,
right?
definitely.
That's all you need right now.
There's definitely that, but still, I would be scared of this Tevesh running away because the other players don't have a drawing engine on the table, and Tsunami, who has, is not really using his for value.
No.
So let's see. Okay.
Is he gonna make 2 more trolls, or?
I think Matthias is thinking a bit about it. It looked like he was going for 2 more trolls, which which could indicate that he wants to go for the ultimate, but Dana has now hit the table, meaning that if she connects on any of the other players, she amasses a lot of tokens, and it's going to be hard getting Tevesh all the way. So I would just start drawing 2 cards. See, Matthias is really contemplating his turn here. And yeah, he is just sacking it to draw 2 cards.
There's no hull breacher here.
No, exactly. You're still safe for at least 1 more turn.
Yeah.
And I'd be surprised if we just don't see Thrasios here, but maybe not. Yeah, so Talisman and into Thrasios, I guess. Yeah, we see that. So, in my opinion, Matthias is ahead here.
Sure.
By quite some.
Getting both your commanders down there.
But now we see the Entomb from Legit, which means that if he puts a animate dead on the stack next turn, it's uncounterable, meaning that he can reanimate what I would assume is going to be Razakat. So remember that we are giving away a foil Kodama and a foil Razakat because we loved Legit Vocal Stacks so much from our last tournament. So one of our players who plays all 3 rounds of Swiss are randomly getting the pair sent to them.
That's nice.
It is. They're beautiful cards, and Legit has really done his work to show how powerful that engine is.
Yeah.
So we see Legit going for the Hulk. So we're still missing the sacrifice outlet, but given that a few of them are creatures, we can both see the animate dead and the sack creature, and there's not a lot the table can do as they're both uncountable due to Destiny Spinner.
Sure.
So this could actually be over now.
It could. It depends on what he have in his hand, but it's assumably quite close, right?
Yeah, he has the mana for it. Passing the turn. Okay, so nothing at all. Maybe we're seeing another end step spell to set him up again, but
maybe a necromancy. Cast it at instant speed.
Yeah, but but you could cast it at instant speed on your own turn.
Yeah, sure, you could have done that. That's correct.
Yeah, Joe. If I lost 8 flips in a row, I would never play Krog again. That's just, I cannot handle that. Okay, we see the necromancy here. And that is uncounterable.
Yeah, he was afraid of David having a free counterspell, right?
Yeah. Protean Hulk enters here, so Unconsciouskin, I'm sorry if that's not pronounced, but he could also just go to his combat step and cast it, where you cannot cast instant speed spells, if I'm not mistaken. So Demonic Tutor resolves and Hulk is in play. So
I mean, that doesn't change what you're gonna do, right? You can't do anything more here.
No, yeah.
Unless you play a 1-mana creature
that stops it all.
Yeah, I don't believe there is any of those in.
Well, he has 2 mana open, but none of them are black.
No.
There could be Yixlin Jailer, but then again, he needs the black.
Yeah.
And who plays that card?
I mean, you played in Vintage.
You do, because Vintage is a whole other beast. But yeah, it looks like Legit is just gonna take this out of the blue. again, proving the strength of this deck. Like, we were so impressed by it at our last tournament, and legit won. I'm pretty sure he won his first round.
Yeah,
probably won his second round as well.
He won his second round too.
And now it looks, oh, Gilded Drake.
Okay,
that's pretty sweet.
Well, there was a creature.
There was a creature that does it. Yeah, so now we see why he should have... Wait. So, given the fact that it's legit's Hulk, won't it die and be put into his graveyard? And then... Joe says no. Okay, so Joe says it goes to legit's grave, and then the other player gets the trigger. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Close.
Fortunate enough for us, the game isn't over, but that could have been sweet. Probably that means that legit should have waited until after.
Yeah, maybe you should have waited until he was finished searching up the card.
Exactly.
Like, it wouldn't do anything a difference. Like, he would know there was a Hulk in the grave, but...
Yeah. And it's always easy to sit here without the pressure and calling out the plays.
Yeah, it could be over with an Oracle Consult.
That's right, Joe. Yeah.
He can't cast any more non-creature spells this turn.
No. No.
And still, like, he's tapped out.
So, I think...
He's going for the value creatures here, right?
So, are we just going for a Seedborn and another Mana Dork?
I mean, Seedborn would be good, but you don't have Thrasius out.
No, but you can cast Thrasius next turn, and you get to hold up interaction, or at least show.
Maybe I maybe would go for a Kinnan, a Hull Breacher, or an Ocean Thief. And, like, if you go for the Hull Breacher, you go for another Dork, and then you tap for a lot of mana.
Yeah, you could also just go for both Super Flash Brothers and just really make sure that nobody's doing any funny bitch until you get the turn. But yeah, Joe, I would go for Seedborn and a Mana Dork as well. Okay, so we got Orb Agent, Priest of Titania, and Birds of Paradise. I gotta say, I love that foil 7th edition Birds of Paradise.
It's beautiful.
It is perfectly. So beautiful.
I'm not a man that likes foil that much, but 7th edition, that
7th
hits
edition
my
foils,
heart.
they are special. But yeah, Joe, I agree with you. I would have gone for that as well. Again, always easy to sit here and tell the correct place, not having to see the hands or having the pressure of the match on you. So, but we went from this game being over to not being over, and now we see Sekbu is pretty much ahead. And Tana is attacking Matthias, not what's his name, Tevesh. And Timna is probably going at Sekbu. I think you're probably happy trading your Timna for Orb Agent in this spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what he's doing. So Matthias is blocking with Thrasius, which obviously makes sense, but in Tsunami Seed, why not? You have to try.
Sure. David is taking two, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and see Tsunami using Timna here to draw a card.
Would you have done it the other way around? Like to get another creature with Tana? Sending Tana at David instead?
Definitely. But there is the case that you are... it's not likely that you will cast Tana again soon, where you can cast Tymna again before that. That 1 mana in this spot, it means a lot. But I think still there's an argument at least for attacking with it the other way around. So we see DRS, or Deathrite Shaman, sorry. So I think that legit needs to hurry up and reanimate his Hulk again. If not, he won't get the chance with an active Deathrite. So, if Matthias is running any sort of sweeper, now would be a great time to draw one.
Yeah. Like resetting the table.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably the right thing
and
to do.
Still having his Tevesh out. Like, you can even start out by sacking your Thrasios, draw 3 cards, then follow up with the sweeper, and then you are pretty set. But other than that, it looks like Sekbu is ahead again here. And I know I called that the last time I commentated him, and he didn't win again, so I'm sorry, Sekbo, if I commentator curse you again. But you're sitting pretty.
But at the same time, you don't really want to sweep the board before the Deathrite Shaman had gotten an activation in getting rid of the Hulk, right? Or
there's an argument here because you also open up your counter spells by getting rid of the Destiny Spinner, and you can tutor once the opposition agent is gone. You more or less take Tsunami out of the game. You're removing a lot of his mana and both of his commanders.
Yeah.
So,
let's talk about that Deafening Silence. It's done absolutely nothing until now, right?
I wouldn't say nothing. It's kept the pace down a fair bit.
Sure.
But
people are
it's not been the most impressive rule of law effect I've ever seen. So what are we seeing here? Oh, a Gilded Drake. So I am assuming that we are seeing Matthias taking the opposition agent here.
Yeah. That was a good call.
Okay. So yeah. So we saw Matthias getting the op agent, so he can now search again. But he's also now facing down 2 flyers, so his Tevesh is probably not going to survive.
No, Tevesh is dead, right?
Yeah, so in that case, would you cash in your Thrasios as well to draw 3 cards? Or, because you don't really need 2 Thralls in this case, it's going to die anyway.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably imp sealing for something like Seaborn now, right? So you just leave Tevesh and Thrasios out, making Tevesh bait for the Gilded Drakes.
Did he play a land? I don't think he played land, so he could go here for a Toxic Deluge or something like that, and hope to draw into another land by sacking with Tevesh. Like, he gets to draw 3 cards, and that would, again, as we said before, solidify the fact that Matthias is so far ahead in this game.
He's making trolls.
He is making trolls. I mean, so it's gonna go down to 1 just by the flyers. And is there enough creatures on the board to get through? I mean, Tsunami has a Goblin Bombardment. So I don't think Matthias will have Tevesh when he gets his turn back. And we see Tymna from Legit here, which again poses the question: are you gonna use your flyer to attack Tevesh, or are you getting your cards? Okay, so he is just going for the face to draw some cards.
That's also what I would have done, actually. Like, you just been stopped from your win. You need to get back. You see a death right on the table. You know you only have a little time to get the Hulk back.
While that is true, Hulk is just the easy mode of winning.
Yeah, sure.
It's not that he cannot win without it.
No, absolutely.
But I just feel like that as of right now, Matthias is so far ahead, and they had a fair opportunity here to even out the playing field.
Sure.
So we see the triggering of Timna here. Land drop from Legit here. Shocking in Temple Garden. So he's just passing the turn here on.
Yeah. Who do chat think is gonna win this?
Yeah,
I'd like to hear that.
Who's your favorite to win this in this spot? It's been going back and forth. Like in the early steps, we called out Matthias to be ahead. Then we almost thought Legit Vocals were gonna. Then Sectbu interacted, and now we're back at Matthias. So we see another Timna. So 3 Timnas on the table.
That just shows how much it dominates.
Oh, definitely. As we saw
right?
at our last tournament where she was dominating, she's dominating here again. Incredible card and incredible commander. So they're all just going face, ignoring the Tevesh here. I don't know if they're underestimating it or they just really need the cards in their hand.
Or maybe they think Matthias tooted up a Adnos, like even though he doesn't run Adnos.
yeah, of course they don't know that. So what do you think Matthias tutored up?
Seedbomb use.
Seedbomb use is a good guess.
That's probably what he did.
Yeah.
Or if you have like the half part of the Oracle combo in hand or the Basalt combo.
So we see Tsunami here attacking. Or no, sorry, we are still at Sectbu's turn. They're counting the number of elves for Priest of Titania. So we see another Thrasios here. This is gonna be a grind fest.
Yeah, we're there, right?
Yeah.
Everybody have a shit ton of mana and they're just jamming.
Yeah. And Tsunami is passing the turn. Oh, sorry, Sectbu is passing the turn to Tsunami here.
All we need to see here is the training grounds, right? Just to make the party better.
Exactly. So let's see if Tsunami can find a meaningful piece of stacks here to interact a bit more, because it looks like the 2 blue decks are gonna outvalue our 2 non-blue decks at this point. like a Phyrexian Revoker naming Thrashers would be really good right now.
Yeah, does he even run that?
I don't know. I've seen it being run in those kind of decks. I don't know if it's still
he's
there.
not on Phyrexian.
Okay.
Sadly.
Yeah.
He is an Archon of Velos Reach, though. I love that card.
I'm sure you do. And I do enjoy casting it myself, but boy, I do not enjoy playing against it.
So legit trading Timness here.
Yeah. I think that's maybe a bit greedy, because the two players that are far behind are kind of like exchanging resources. But we see here that
A lightning bolt.
Tsunami. Oh,
There's a slaughter pact.
so I think Legit Vocals here maybe was a bit too quick. He initially said Slaughter Pact Tymna, but then realizing that Slaughter Pact cannot target black creatures, changed it to Tana. In response, and before that, Tsunami was targeting Legit Vocals Tymna with the lightning ball in order to ensure that his Tymna survives. So
Yeah. Then we see at last Tana getting sacked to the Goblin Bombardment to hit the Priest of Titania.
yeah. Which takes Sekbu a fair amount back, because that was making like 5 mana or something.
I think he realized he put Tana on grave and put her back in the command zone.
Yeah. Quick sleight of hand. And we are at Matthias' turn. He's already down to 26.
Yeah.
Those flying beats has really hurt him. But let's see if he actually found out the Seed 1 Muse here. I'm assuming that he slams it if he found it.
Deactivate cEDH first, just to see what you get. To have some extra protection.
Definitely, yeah. I would sack one of my thralls here. Oh, it's actually a May ability that he may sack a creature. I thought that was kind of part of the cost. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
So what is that?
A Hull Breacher.
Oh, that's a Hull Breacher.
Yes.
Okay.
Floating a black.
Yeah. So I'm assuming Matthias chooses not to sacrifice, and he just confirms that here.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But again, we see the two blue players kind of dominating this game now that we are out of the initial turns.
Mm-hmm.
Legit Vocals just saying that the opposition agent is preventing him from interacting in any meaningful way. And Matthias plays a Watery Grave as his land for turn, going down to 24. So those two Gilded Drakes in combination with Deathrite Shaman can really start eating Matthias down. Okay, we see a Eldritch Evolution on a Thrall, so he's getting a 2-drop.
A 2-drop. That's a Kinnan.
Yeah, it could be a Kinnan. It could also be Biomancer's Familiar if he plays that one.
He plays that one.
Yeah. Given he doesn't have that many...
Already played Gilded Drake, right? It could be a Thassa's Oracle here.
Oh, yeah, that...
I mean, that would be a thing. He just can't...
He did.
He can't cast another non-creature spell.
No. I think he forgot.
Yeah.
I think he's going to realize in a second.
Yeah. That's kind of sad for him.
Oh, yeah, but we've all been there. These rule of law effects are so easy to forget.
Yeah, it's a spicy play, Joe, but
yes,
I don't think
3.
that gets him anywhere, though.
No. And we have to make sure that the judge jumps in here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And the table reminds Matthias here that deafening silence is... but he still gets his trigger.
Yeah, he does.
So he gets to look at the top 3 card, I think, here. Yeah, Legit is just telling Matthias that sometimes you need to take a step back and slow it down, because
it ends up just like him.
Yeah.
Doing it in response to a tutor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad, you're right. You can't get your Thoracle grasped this way.
That is very true. Way to play around that card.
That's probably what Matthias thought about when getting...
And he just accidentally dropped the consultation. He wasn't trying to cast it. No, we've all been there. I've done it multiple times. Thinking how to play around all the stacks pieces, forgetting about one of them, and that completely ruins my entire turn.
Yeah. So you went for the consult with the Imp Seal, right?
Probably, yeah. So we still have a game here. Well, Felipe, it's always Casper's fault. I 100% agree. So, Legit here, tapping 5 mana, it seems like. Are we seeing the... Oh, Timna's back. Surprised we're not seeing Kodama.
Yeah.
Just, it's a big body with value. So Destiny Spinner is going at Tsunami and Gilded Drake is going at Sektu. And the table kindly reminding Legit that Hull Breacher is still on the table, so if he tries to draw cards, it won't work, and he will give Lotus Petals or Treasures to Sektu. So
yeah, they wanted him to swing the Gilded Drake at cEDH, right?
yeah, they did. And it's been a long day already. These players have been through some grueling games before this, and it is mentally draining. So you do see these kind of false mistakes, in these rounds here. It is a complicated format. 4 players, insane power level, intricate interactions.
Yeah, you have to be like doing your best all the time, right? You can't afford to make some misplays when you're in a tourney.
Yeah, that's true. And Joe, we've already seen both Gilded Drakes. It could be that, but given the fact it's clearly because he forgot about Hull Breacher, I think that's the main reason that he played Timna over Kodama. I think if he had been aware, I believe we would have seen Kodama hit. So we see Drake going for cEDH, Timna going for Legit Vocals, and Hull Breacher going for... I didn't hear. Probably Tsunami, I would say. He doesn't really know. He could double block.
Yeah, so Legit is thinking about whether he wants to
trade the Timnas here.
Yeah.
I think given the fact that there's a Hull Breacher in play, I would have traded. Because your Timna's not really doing anything as long as the Hull Breacher's there.
Just a body, right?
Yeah. And here you at least deny Sektu a few draws. But It's not looking great. Okay, so he decides not to. Okay, so we are in the blocking phase of the combat, I feel like the players are talking about, and now they're risk going to damage. And post-combat main here, we're gonna see Sekbu drawing some cards off his Tymna. Yes, Joe, you're right. Legit did miss his slaughter pack trigger, so we are gonna contact the judge in order to get the game stopped. 1 second. Hi guys, this is the commentator table here. Sorry about that, don't worry about it. Continue. So we are back here as Legit said. He told us that his slaughter pact fizzled due to the target being sacrificed to Goblin Bombardment.
So we saw Kennen from Zetbu here.
Yeah, so Zetbu is just keeping the value train going here and slowly grinding out this game.
Yeah. If anybody have a Toxic Deluge or a Pyroclasm here, it's about time, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. But this is cEDH. Something can happen out of nowhere.
Sure.
But again, I would happily sit in Sekbu's seat here. And we see a red elemental blast from Tsunami targeting the Hull Breacher.
Yeah, he don't like that card.
No. It is pretty much keeping the rest of the table down. And we are gonna see some response. It's an activation. It's a Thrasher's activation. and Sekbu showing a Notion Thief to the Thrasher's activation. So one thief down, another coming.
Yeah.
And we see the Hulk getting exiled in Sekbu's end step here.
Yeah, Legit is in a rough spot now.
Oh yeah, 100%. I do have it down to one of our two blue players, and right now Sekbu is ahead of Matthias due to Matthias not being able to draw cards.
Absolutely.
There is a no, there's not, because there's an untapped Bloom Tender, so that Notion Thief can come down in response to any shenanigans.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there is a Goblin Bombardment, so putting down the Notion Thief, he just sacks a creature to get around it.
That's true. So, yeah. So legit is just saying that he's here for the long game because his wind got stopped, his Tymna got killed, and now his Hulk got exiled from the graveyard. So he has to go to plan C or something.
Yeah. I mean, are we even further? Is he on plan D or E now?
Yeah, we might be further down the alphabet.
Yeah.
Okay, so legit is trying to Swords to Plowshares the opposition agent. So at least now tutoring is back on the menu for the guys. And we are in Matthias' turns. Legit fearing that Matthias has his own copy of opposition agent. That would be brutal here.
Yeah, I'll probably have I'd like a Hull Breacher more or a Notion Thief here just to stop what Setbu is doing, right?
Yeah. 100%. And given the fact that Matthias already blew his Oracle, it is rough.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
And we see Notion Thief entering here. So if you're in Tsunami's spot, what are you doing here? Are you letting Matthias draw, or are you letting
No, it's a make.
Draw?
So he won't do anything, Matthias. So he just choose not to sack any creatures.
That's
and then
true.
you're just Tsunami
As
waiting.
we just discussed. And Matthias is
Notion Thief
responding with his own Notion Thief. Okay. So the players are just saying, this is fun.
Yeah.
It is. This is cEDH for you. Yeah. So in this case here, David would take Matthias draws, and then Matthias would take David's draws, or Segbus, sorry. So Matthias would end up drawing in this case here.
But still, Tsunami got...
Yeah, Tsunami can just
sack, right?
He does, but he doesn't really, as you said, gain anything because he's not drawing right now.
No.
But and if he sacks his creatures,
he's in a rough spot.
Yeah,
like having 3 mana up. Let's say
I feel
6.
like given he has the highest life total and has the library, I would probably still try to eliminate the 2 agents before my turn, so I could activate Sylvan Library.
Yeah.
Because he needs to claw back into this game.
Yeah, he does.
So I am unsure where we are at currently. I think Matthias's Notion Thief are still on the stack.
Yeah, it probably is.
But the players are just talking, so I'm not.
Oh, we got a
I
disconnection
think
here.
maybe David disconnected here, and due to the disconnection here, Sekbo will have to shuffle his entire hand into his deck and draw 0, and that's an unfortunate thing for him. But that's how that's the name of the game for webcam games. We want to ensure the integrity of our tournaments, and disconnecting, unfortunately, is one of the things that can happen. But it's could also be a way for suspect people to do stuff. So we implemented this rule to ensure that the integrity of this tournament is as high as possible.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's kind of rough, but
it is definitely rough, and it's heartbreaking when it's like this is clearly a fault because he was so far ahead that he has no reason to cheat here. Or I'm not accusing him of cheating at all.
No, not at all. Like normally, we can go back and backtrack how many cards you have in hand, but in this case, you had them piled up in like a big pile, so that wasn't easy to do.
Yeah. So that's the unfortunate name of the game here. But still, he is a pretty commanding position. Sure. He could definitely claw his way back into this game. And the TO is now leaving the chat, and the players are preparing to return.
So Matthias is joking about wanting to get him to discard the Notion Thief that was in his hand too.
Well, you gotta try.
Yeah. Don't think it works out here.
No. Okay, so do you remember where we were?
We were in David's turn, or Setbu's turn.
Setbu's turn when he
he was searching with the Wisp of Heat.
Okay, gotcha. And I can see here that legit vocals, he doesn't look like he's gonna win this game, but he won our giveaway.
Yeah, cool.
So at least there's that consolation for him here.
Congrats to Legit.
Congratulations, Legit.
Yeah, he's even playing.
He is multitasking. So, Notion Thief resolves here, and this was all in response to the activation of Tevisat. So now Matthias is choosing to sacrifice one of his thralls to draw 2 cards.
There's a Notion Thief on the table.
Yeah, but he has his own Notion Thief.
Yeah, but that doesn't help him. Yeah, sure, it does. It does.
Yeah, and exactly, and Matthias gets to draw 2 cards here, and we are off to races again. So it was Matthias' turn. Matthias contemplating how to spend the rest of his turn. He still has 1 non-creature spell to play, but he chooses not to. Yeah, and we can just inform that the pod got a time extension of 12 minutes. So in Legit's upkeep, he's casting Enlightened Tutor. So everybody is okaying that, so no op agent here. So what are you getting here? Are we going for the Pattern of Rebirth here to try to go for the Razaketh line here?
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Yeah. But again, we're still missing, or at least Legit is still missing the Sacrifice outlet. But it kind of makes him immune to being attacked, because nobody's going to attack into a Pattern of Rebirth. But obviously it could be a lot of other cards. It's just my guess.
Yeah.
So give me your oil. He won a Najila, the Blade Blossom. He won a Deravi, Imperial Tactician, and he won a Sisei Weatherlight Captain.
All great cards.
Definitely great cards. In their own right, as the commander of their own decks, or all together in either probably in Sisei, or you can play Deravi in your Najila deck. You probably want to do that. Okay, so Legit is still searching. Probably just going through his entire deck just to make sure that he didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Or as it often is, the card you want is the last card.
Maybe you could go for Smothering Side, right? With all the card draw that's happening.
But I don't think he has a lot of cards in his hand, so I don't know he can really turn the mana into profit here. Obviously, he has a pretty beefy commander.
Yeah, he only got one card in hand.
Exactly, so I would go for the Pattern of Rebirth here. And that is also what we see him getting here. Yeah, powerful stuff. And he's going to his draw step. He cannot cast it due to his own Deafening Silence here, but
it's there.
It's there.
They know we have it.
Yeah. And Dark Confident enters the play. That can come back to hurt him, given that he is a Razorcat and Villas deck, so flipping one of those can really tank his life total.
So Zebu is reminding Legit that there is a cEDH on the field.
Yeah. And he should probably attack that.
Yeah. But
he decides not to.
Attention players.
So let's see here. We are back at Sekbu's turn, and he starts out empty-handed, as we knew, but probably with the most impressive board state at the moment.
I'm the judge.
So Gilded Drag goes at Matthias, not Tavesh. Timna goes at Tsunami, and that's the attacks for this turn. And both players are just taking the damage.
Oh, okay, who's talking now? Yeah, and Jack, please explain.
Yeah, so Legit tries to remind him that there's an Ocean Thief, and Sekbu kindly reminds him that he also has an Ocean Thief here. So
that is action.
The blue players just having it at all.
Yeah.
So David clawing his way back into the game after having to shuffle his entire hand into his library. Still, I would say that he's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I think Tsunami is trying to think about whether he wants to shoot one or both of them now.
Yeah. But when do you do it? Do you do it in the end step?
Depends on whether you want to deny Sekbu's.
Sekbu was hellbent before this, and Matthias, I think, given his full grip, is a bigger threat. And at this point, both Legit and Tsunami are mostly just role players in this game, I feel like. And that being despite Sekbu having to shuffle his entire board hand into his library. So
yeah, then you may.
So a land return for Sekbu.
Yeah, and part of the resolution of cities.
Also a Dark Confidant again. Beautiful old border foil, the Judge edition. It's such a beautiful card. And Green Bob as well.
Yeah.
So
double up on Bob.
Yeah, so he is just quickly trying to reassemble.
Yeah, You can choose new targets.
So yeah.
It's
And
been
the Biomancer's
asking.
familiar to follow it up. So he drew 3 cards this turn, all incredible cards.
Yeah. Really good cards.
Yeah.
So we see an Enlightened Tutor in Sekbus end step cast from Toonami. So what are you getting here?
Then you may cast this spell.
Yeah, that's a good question though.
Yeah. So depending on his hand, I don't think he has a lot of card in it, but if he has one of the targets that could go on to go well with Splinter Twin, he could steal the game, but I don't think he has the mana for that.
No, definitely not having the mana for that.
Maybe Birthing Pod?
It doesn't play Birthing Pod.
Doesn't play Birthing Pod,
No.
so that's not the one.
Survival could be a thing.
Survival could definitely be a thing. But not having a lot of cards in hand,
Or maybe if
Makes-
you have 3 creatures, he just throws down his survival, go against dark side, try to make some mana.
yeah.
So if
But at this point,
Yeah, I don't think dark side gets him there, but it can definitely help.
yeah.
He got a carpet though. He needed the mana. Like we have to think about he's sacking.
Yeah,
Two
yeah,
creatures,
that's
right?
true. He's probably sacking 2 creatures to get rid of the Notion Thieves to unlock the draw steps.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, I only see 2 islands on Sekbus board, but there's 3 on Matthias board, so he gets 3 mana.
Yeah, you are in the part of resolving this reclamation, right?
Okay, so the players are just discussing where in the phases they are.
No,
Yeah.
So we are still in Sekbus end step as far as I can understand.
No, we're on the cast of the Biomancer's Familiar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're responding to that.
Got it.
But there was a
Got
bit confusion about that.
Got it.
And being put on the stack.
Yeah. So players are confused, casters are confused, everybody's confused.
Yeah.
Except Switch chat, they always get it right.
Yeah.
The active and then the non-active players would be able to respond to that cast from the graveyard.
So Kinnan is dying.
Yeah, he wanted to get rid of all that value, right?
Yeah. So Matthias is targeting Kinnan with the Assassin's Trophy here.
Yeah.
Because, and that is, Sekbu started this turn, no cards in hand, and suddenly, by the end of his own turn, he was the largest threat on the board.
That's how it is to play value.
That is
value
like,
decks.
When these decks get going, they are so incredible in creating value.
Like they're only drawing good cards, right?
Yeah.
Action is being cast with flashback. It's now on the stack, and now the priority round begins.
So I do believe we are still in Sekbu's turn here. Yeah.
Resolve, then there will be
And
no
the Biomancer's Familiar is now resolved.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised that he didn't float some mana while the Kinnan was still on the table in order to draw some more cards with Thrasios, but could also just be him forgetting. There's happened a lot right now. He disconnected. There's a lot of casting of spells in his turn. So
because of this. So you'll have to
and he is trying to pass the turn.
European time, and then the additional
And
rounds will
Tsunama is wanting to see what they have in their graveyards to what to exile with Deathrite Shaman. Actually, that's a fun thing that I didn't notice. There's only one red deck in this pot, and as we've talked about multiple times, red is one of the strongest colors right now.
Yeah.
Due to Dark Side and Breach. So that's curious.
It is people choosing to go around red, trying to fight it with the value. Like, I think at least 2 of these decks could stop a Breach deck fairly easily, right?
Exactly.
With all the value they're creating.
Yeah, the other 2 are like we have one stacks decks and one that's either stacksy or super fast going for Hulk. So it makes sense. And I like the diversity here.
Absolutely. I'd like to see something that isn't always Terminals.
Exactly. So we see the before mentioned Carpet of Flowers here. It resolves. So but yeah, it doesn't look like anybody without flying creatures it will ever connect.
So that's a Vesh.
But again, if Tsunami sacrifices 2 creatures to take care of the Notion Thieves, he is the prime target for the other players to farm Tymna triggers.
Yeah.
His life total will dwindle down pretty fast. So he's going to his second main here, adding 3 mana due to Matthias' 3 islands. And
3
he's
red.
making 3 red. So
He's
we're
gonna play-
probably going to see Tana again here. And Tana is on the stack.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's stopping that.
No. Also a testament to maybe Tsunami not having the strongest card in his hand, which was why I was trying to say that he should have gone for something a bit more impactful than Carpet of Flowers with his Enlightened Tutor, because mana is good, but if you can't use it for anything, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Okay, and we are now in Tsunami's end step, and Matthias is cracking his Scalding Tarn, finding a...
Water Grave, right?
No, it's the Shock Tropical Island. The name escapes me. Breeding Pool.
Breeding Pool, that's the name, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now he's actually finding another island, but then again, if Tsunami's using his mana to cast Tana, he's maybe not that scary. We have to remember that Legit has the Pattern of Rebirth in hand, which really fast, and
Yeah, it's really important that they don't forget that, right?
yeah, and he can even make some cute stuff with Kodama to make sure it's uncountable in that way, because he's putting it into play, not casting it.
Sure.
But he still needs a way to sacrifice the creature it is attached to.
Finishes, and then
And we are seeing here
An activation of Tvesh
Yeah.
and Tsunami thinking about whether he wants to activate Goblin Bombardment.
Oh, yeah.
Besides this active turn.
Oh, he's sacking Thrasios, not Oracle.
He wants to draw 3 cards.
Yeah, I
Okay.
get that, but
Okay, so he dies and
Sure.
with all the mana Matthias is available,
his
he could make 2
active turn.
activations at least,
So one active turn.
So that's 2 more cards.
per active player.
and he gets to look scary with open mana.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is round 3. We can't see the players' hands, and they had an unfortunate delay due to Sekbu disconnecting here. So you can't fault any of them for making minor mistakes or
No,
suboptimal
absolutely
plays.
not. They're all doing a great job.
Yeah. So this pod got a time extension of 12 minutes, I believe it was. I am actually unsure what time this round started. And we see Thrasios back here. So that 4 mana could just have been an activation in my mind.
Så jeg har et 1842 på grund af en extension.
Okay. So we are just told that there are 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left of the ordinary time. But I can see the admins in chat are already ahead of us here.
Yeah.
So
I agree, Joe. I don't think we're seeing another turn if we get to the untap step of the Thrasios Timna deck.
again, I have to say it again. Sekbu started his last turn by shuffling his entire hand into his deck, and now if he gets to untap here, he is just running away with the game. But yeah, so Pattern of Rebirth is targeting the Gilded Drake, but as Legit Vocals is saying, he doesn't have a way to sacrifice it right now. And Sekbu is activating Thrasios in response to the Pattern of Rebirth, making the 4 mana from the Gilded Drake. Sorry, not Gilded Drake, Bloom Tender.
Yes, exactly. Sekbu is playing some beautiful lands and getting some great comments on it.
Yeah, Sekbu has a really beautiful deck here.
Yeah.
And that is something we do appreciate. Like, we all know that this is an expensive format and all that, but I do love seeing players really putting love into this format and buying the beautiful cards. Also see Matthias with the original City of Brass, that is just so beautiful.
Getting some Guru Forest and Guru Islands.
Exactly. You love to see it. I love to see it at least. So Matthias is mana draining the Pattern of Rebirth, I think it is. The rich just get richer.
Yeah, and then there's a thing that says it can't be countered on the board, right?
Yeah.
He forgot about that. But he gets the mana.
Yeah, he still gets the mana, but I have to imagine Matthias forgot about the Destiny Spinner.
He definitely did.
Given this board state here, are we still thinking that Sekbo is just going to win when he untaps here?
Absolutely.
I have to agree here.
Yeah.
I think obviously Matthias forgot about the Destiny Spinner, but even I wouldn't have countered the pattern here without the sacrifice outlet on the board. So I am told we are ready to go back now, and we are now back. And we are now told that there's time in this round. So David... Oh, so we are legit was on turn 0. So when Sekbo gets his turn, that is turn 1. Yeah. And they will each get 1 turn from there.
Yeah, so legit is getting another turn here.
Yeah. In legit vocals end step here, Sekbu is casting an Assassin's Trophy targeting Goblin Bombardment. I am kind of surprised that he didn't go for the Pattern of Rebirth here, because the Goblin Bombardment will still do the damage here.
Yeah, like we know he have a Tainted Pact on hand, right? So he's trying to maybe dig a bit for his win-con before, or his other half of the win-con.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kind of exciting, the choices they make here.
Oh, yeah. So this being the final 4 turns of the game, or potential 4 turns of the game, I think a lot can happen still here.
Absolutely.
So we have Sekbu with
Then
a
we see a
very
whale.
impressive board state, and we have legit vocals with the pattern of rebirth in play. Unfortunately, I don't think Tsunami can really win this in
No.
any way.
He's playing for the draw here.
Yeah.
Right.
Matthias, I'm also pressed seeing him win. It involves somehow getting rid of Deafening Silence, bouncing his own Oracle, casting it again.
Yeah.
That's a lot to ask.
It is. Absolutely.
So we could see legit vocals running away with the game at the absolute last moment in the last turn of extra time.
Could be crazy.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Could be crazy.
So the players are now discussing how Tsunami should use his Goblin Bombardment before it's getting destroyed.
No. There was a whale.
Oh, there was a
Yeah.
Veil of Summer.
So they're discussing who gets the draw of the Veil of Summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, he chose David to get the draw
Okay.
and then gave it to Matthias. That's a fruit from the reel.
So freed from the reel on the Bloom Tender is infinite mana. He gets to draw his entire deck with Thrasios.
But there is still a bombardment on the field.
That is very true.
So you have to...
I missed who cast the Veil of Summer, sorry.
Yeah, but he can do that around this. Right? Activating, untapping.
Yeah, but
Above
the
Goblin bombardment triggers.
very true. But the I am assuming that the Bloom Tender is getting destroyed before the Freed of the Reel is attached to it.
Yeah, probably.
I do think legit vocals will run away with this game at the absolute last turn if he can find the sacrifice. on
Finds
it.
the answer.
But it's going to be hard for him only being able to cast one non-creature spell. Because doing your Razakut lines, you more than often need to cast multiples.
Yeah.
So we could be looking at a draw here.
Let's see what you do.
Oh yeah. Just want to state for the record that I think this is the second time in two tournaments that I've called Sekbu out of the tournament or out of the game for him to absolutely prove me wrong. So I'm just not going to make predictions about Sekbu anymore.
He's going for the draw.
Oh yeah, I think in this position,
Yeah.
with this board state, that's what realistically, the only one that can win in my mind here is legit vocals, and that is still a big ask.
Absolutely. I mean, if Matthias gets a Chain of Vapor, returns the Thassa's Oracle, and then the Deafening Silence, that's a lot to ask, but...
Yeah, because we have to remember that the other players can still interact as well.
Yeah.
But this is exactly why I personally love this format so much. We often hear that this is a turn 1 or turn 2 format and it is just completely broken. And obviously there is an incredible power level here. But games like this are so grindy and you're just in a trench war where every centimeter counts and small mistakes are going to cost you the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you have to use your physique.
Oh yeah,
quite
it
good,
is
right? And
definitely tough to play for this many hours because it's mentally draining because you have 3 opponents with each a way to interact with you. It is so difficult. So
Yes.
kudos to all of you players out there playing with us.
It's demonic tutor here.
He is demonic tutoring, but
What are we getting?
a creature, I would guess.
Absolutely.
So he could go for
I mean, does he want to be...
Seal his conscripts and Kiki is a lot of mana. That's 10 red mana.
Mhm. He can't make that.
I highly doubt he's gonna be able to do that, but it is a way that he can win.
I think if he really wants to go for the draw here, he goes and get the idol on for Praetoric, right?
Yeah.
Just closes out the game.
That's what they in football will call a Atletico Madrid tactic.
Yeah.
Never playing for the win, just play not to lose.
Yeah. For the people watching from the States, football is soccer.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know what is he getting here. So he is tapping.
Yeah, we're gonna see the card now.
So he's tapping the birds and the
All right.
Death Ray Shaman for what was it?
Village Bellringer.
Oh, that is spicy.
Is he going for it here? Is
He-
Kiki the last card?
but does he have the triple red? I only see oh yeah, he can
Yeah.
make, but he's 1 mana
You haven't
short maybe.
activated carpet.
Oh man, am I gonna? I have called Tsunami out of this game from basically the first turn, and is he gonna take it? Wow. I'm glad the chat can't see my actual
Yeah.
red face right now, because this is embarrassing. I am not.
Legit is screaming, we need help here.
Yeah. Oh god. Man, if he takes this home, I'm just gonna stand up and applaud him.
I mean, this is...
That's expertly navigated.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
He has not looked in this game at any point. And now, in his last possible moment, he can win it.
We're activating thrashes here.
So clearly nobody has an interaction, at least on the stack, in hand right now. Oh, yeah.
This is training grounds.
Yeah.
I mean, we know about the Tainted Pact in hand, right? Didn't Setbu reveal that earlier?
Oh, I did not see that. But yeah, the players now reminded that there are 2 Ocean Thieves here, so Sekbu cannot draw.
Yeah, he can. His own, right?
No, but I think given it his ability, then wouldn't Matthias be the one drawing? No. Okay, so we see the Tainted Pact you mentioned. And what is he getting here? Because Deafening Silence, like...
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he runs Spellqueller. He runs Spellqueller.
That is amazing. No. Spellqueller, yeah, we saw that last tournament as well.
So
That
for
is...
people not knowing, Spellqueller is a 3-drop, 1 colorless, a white and a blue. Flash, flying. When Spellqueller enters the battlefield, exile target spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. When Spellqueller
And here we
leaves the
see it.
battlefield...
Oh my god. What is this game? I feel so bad for Tsunami here. Oh man.
Ouch. Oh, he can just sack Timna and Tana, right? How big is
it's a 3?
It's a 3-drop.
Yeah, and he needs the 2 mana dorks in
But
order
he
to make...
only needs 1, right? No, he needs 2.
Yeah.
He needs 2. No, you have a land on top.
He has a land where? Yeah, but he still needs to cast Kikiji, right?
But Carpet produces...
But didn't he use Carpet? Oh no, he didn't.
No.
Oh,
Carpet produces 3 red.
man.
There's
This
3
game's been amazing.
or
If that's... It's already been amazing.
Let's see if you see the line though.
Yeah. Man, that Goblin Bombardment has been doing some work.
Yeah,
it's not a card that
absolutely.
we see that often, but it's been really impressive. And he's sacking the bird, targeting.
Yeah.
I think he should sacrifice
The Death
Death Rite instead,
Yeah.
but it's minor. Now he can get got by a Noxious Revival. Man, if that happens, I want to go find Tsunami and give him a hug, because he worked so hard to get this.
Yeah, he waited and waited, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if he gets that though. But Setbo is out of interaction. Just a deafening silence. He uses.
Sekbo is out now, so it's
we're relying on
it's on
Matthias.
Matthias. He
Or
has 2 mana. So is the spell? The Village Bellringer is back on the stack now, right?
Yeah. It should.
And
be-
we can see here, he already added the 3 red mana with Carpet. So yeah. Oh my god, this game. And it resolves. He has a trigger, untaps his Deathrite Shaman, exiles a land from Legit's graveyard, it seems like. And Legit is
trying to
ask for the Noxious Revival here. Oh, the table is now discussing how to stop here. And I am sure Tsunami is really, really sad that he decided not to sacrifice the Death Rite instead of the Burst of Paradise. Okay, so
this is
as exactly as Felipe in chat points out, if Matthias didn't use his mana drain, that was no. And we see the Kiki here. Tsunami, who's not been part of this game at any point, at the last possible turn, comes in and wins the game, despite interaction from Sekbu here.
Absolutely.
And not only interaction through a deafening silence.
Yeah.
Spellseeker, you don't see that very often.
I mean, I'm out of words.
Or not Spellseeker, Spellqueller, sorry.
He's getting it on the last turn.
Man, Tsunami well played here. Incredibly
What
played.
a game.
Wow.